he and I have been together for, how long have we been together?
About 3 years. 3 years now.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we've been playing for about 3 years. We picked these guys up maybe 8 months ago or so.
Side of the road.
Yeah. I'm still not sure how he got there. He just kept showing up.
I needed a job.
He's still looking, obviously.
Yeah. But 3 years.
The last interview we did in Oxford, we told them we found him under a bridge in Birmingham warming himself by barrel fire.
Which was like there was no
Which is
fire.
totally believable, actually, now that I think about it. Yeah.
Tell us about that. That's where it started. We started in Starbucks. Coffee shop scene, I would recommend everybody to get a hold of that because it's a good start point. Because that's how I met him, and eventually word of mouth got around. That's how they actually showed up at our album release party. But before that, coffee shops, awesome. Yeah. I met him. I was in another band prior to this. Came across him, and they had a random bongo up there. It was like, hey. And they were like, hey, you play bongo, don't you, right? Yeah. Started doing that. And then after that, we were together, seriously, three years, I think.
Yeah.
2.5, 3 years.
Yeah.
And just coffee shop scene was heavy. I mean, every Sunday, every Friday, just about every Tuesday, maybe every day of the week.
We gotta not stop letting you have caffeine.
I'm on some caffeine. Speaking of some coffee.
No, that's nice.
But take it from there. Kind of got scattered.
When he and I met, I'd been playing for a while, he'd been playing for a while in different bands, and we just sort of synced up. Like you said, we met a couple coffee shop shows, and we liked what we heard from the other person, even though it was very different. So we sat down and decided to put a few things together, and we honed what we did at coffee shops, because I would recommend everyone who's a musician does that. You can really hear yourself, and people can hear you, and it's honest. And if you're not good, you're going to know. People always sort of kick up the distortion and turn up the volume, and there's beer bottles and bars and stuff, so you don't really get an honest testament to what it is you're doing. But I felt like we spent a few months just sort of playing and working out the material, and then by the time we were on a pretty large stage, I think we were more prepared for it.
For sure.
I'm terrible at picking band names. I always have been. But no one argued with me. I'd listened to a few things. I listened to Manchester Orchestra and a few other things like that. And I thought it was interesting, sort of an atypical idea of that sound. Because an orchestra is just any combination of different musical instruments. And I was pretty sure I could put something like that together. The Bonfire Orchestra is just sort of that intimate backyard thing,
right.
where there's a lot of connectivity. And I feel like, especially the way we started in coffee shops and stuff, just playing for groups of people, 10 or so folks, it really, it felt right. It was intimate and connected. And then, like I said, by the time we got to a larger stage, I think we were able to retain some of that connection. It's easy to be disconnected from the audience, and I think the name says something about where we started and what we want to try to hold on to, regardless of where we end up.
For sure. Mine's caramel macchiato. For sure.
Yeah.
Macchiato. Caramel macchiato.
Double chocolate chip frappuccino. All day.
Black.
I don't like coffee. I get hot chocolate because I'm a girl.
All right, so you were never tempted. Did you ever try the coffee, or?
Yeah, I hate it.
Yeah, I'm not a coffee
I
fan
drink
either.
it sometimes because I don't want to.
Yeah.
I guess I'm posing or something. I don't know. Whatever. It doesn't matter. I'm not a big fan of coffee.
You'll drink the vanilla bean frap.
I will.
That's
I will.
like-
But I didn't want to say that.
That's cute. It is cute.
You see why I didn't bring that up at all? Great. Thanks. We did. We got to play just a little private event in Jackson. It was some sort of political figure that I'm ashamed to say I can't remember the name of right now. He was in charge of something unimportant like nuclear power in the southeast or something. And we got to go down there and open up for him. It was really awesome. I was gonna say we also got to open for the Avett Brothers. Maybe
Nice.
a year and a half ago, a year and a half or so ago now, which was absolutely phenomenal. They're just great folks, and I feel like we styled a little bit of our what we do after what they do. It was awesome. Dayton didn't get to meet them.
I did not.
He didn't.
Unfortunately.
We'll leave that a mystery, but he didn't. It was a very sad story. we ever do another Oxford session,
Part
reveal
2,
that.
we'll reveal that story for sure.
Tell them about it.
Does it have a name?
It doesn't have a name yet.
All right.
How long have you had it? When'd you get it?
I got it for my birthday, February 14th.
He's had it for about a week.
Yeah.
Nice.
So, yeah, I'm really happy. I've been wanting an upright bass for a long time. It's been a big dream. And I finally got it. It's amazing. I'm so happy.
That's cool.
So this is the first time you played it in public?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolute first time.
It's been in the air.
He's been nervous, frantic since he got here. He hadn't set it down yet.
the mud.
Back in the day with like Elvis and stuff, I understand they used to just strap it on top of like their station wagon and drive around. I would be horrified. Well, my start in music a few years ago, I was an athlete. I played basketball. I ran, I was a writer, but I didn't sing or play guitar or anything. It was right after Hurricane Katrina. And I don't know. It's one of those times I feel like as you grow up, you change without realizing it, and then all of a sudden you wake up one day and you feel differently about things that I think maybe just kind of washed by you before. And I turned on the news and I saw things happening in my country that I thought only happened in other countries. Things underwater and just these terrible, tragic stories. Regardless of fault or anything, I mean, it was just the human issue there really sort of spoke to me in a way that I don't know that I had been able to understand before. So I got together. I had some friends. Who played music, got a guitar, and put together a fundraiser at a little coffee shop in town where we raised canned goods and coats and this sort of thing for the Salvation Army. And I was probably terrible, but it got a pretty good reaction. We filled up like 11 vans with stuff to send down to the coast and to Louisiana. And I remember thinking, wow, this is really neat. But it was just interest. I didn't see myself long term really doing anything with it. But then I kept showing up and playing music and hopefully getting a little bit better. And over time, we just sort of kept running into these situations that spoke to us. We've done a lot of work, like you said, with She Dances, which is an organization a lot like Love 146 that fights child sex trafficking. And Nothing But Nets is malaria relief in Africa. We did Toys for Tots. We worked with an organization called Pecans, which is the Pediatric Cancer Association, which is something I think is really close to all of us. We did the Hokey Pokey and the Wheels on the Bus, and yeah, it was fantastic.
Right in the middle of the park.
I feel like we play for people. Genre and stuff. We get a little confused. People are like, "What kind of music are you doing?" I'm like, I don't know. It's a challenge, but I feel like we play music for people, and we want things to be better around us if we can. If our talents can in some way do something to move that forward, then I think that's something that we all share. We all come from vastly different musical backgrounds, which I think contributes to our sound. But also I think where we meet is our love for other people, our love for life. We want to see things and meet people and try new stuff. And it's just it's been a heck of a journey, and if we've been able to, in some small way, help other people along the way, I feel grateful. The future.
Albums, shows.
Look in our crystal ball.
What to expect?
We have gone through a lot of changes, which I think every band does. He and I have been together, like we said, for a long time. We've played with other people along the way. They've gotten married, gotten jobs. I think that's the story of every band. I feel like we're finally settled into a roster that feels like us. I think it feels like our band every time we show up and play. We're working on the next album, which should be out hopefully at the latest by summer. Right now, this is what we do for a living, is we travel and play. So we live out of the tip bucket, which is tough sometimes, but I think we all enjoy it. And we get to eat for free, which is amazing.
Free food's always good.
That's like my favorite part. But I feel like the next step for us is to get on a bus and just expand, to see more people, new things, go a little farther. We do this for a living, but we also do it because we love it. And I feel like we just want to take what we're doing now and expand and just move out. You want to feel that at all? The future.
The future. We're just gonna, like you said, we're just gonna really get out of the local scene. We've been carried in the local scene. We just love the local, but it's local, so we want to just
Local, like 500 miles in every direction.
Yeah, but we're gonna just take everything to a new level, bigger scales, bigger.
I'd really like to play South by
buckets.
Southwest.
Bigger bands. Yeah. But second album, new songs, new hits, more interviews. It's gonna be great.
So hopefully this will launch y'all off.
Yeah.
For sure.
Oh, we've been hurting for some good video online. It's all like shaky cell phone stuff. People are like, you guys seem like you play instruments. That's what I can tell from your videos. But yeah, we were very, very excited. I watched Oxford sessions before we were tapped to do this, and I was so impressed with how beautiful it looked and the talent and the diversity of the acts. I love Bill Perry, that kind of thing. And watching his stuff, I was just like, that's fantastic. So we were really, really excited to get to come do this.
Yeah.
I'm Hunter.
I'm Dayton.
Michael,
I'm set.
we're the Bonfire Orchestra, and this has been our Oxford session.